what might be formally charged against you. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your lawyer will help you understand all of that. Your status conference will be April 14th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 17th at 8:30 in the same court. Your bond is $2,500. It is secured. Secured means you can use a bail bondsman. If you bond out, you are ordered to comply with all of your written conditions. Those include no driving without a valid prescription and no alcohol. Everything's on your paperwork. If you'll step to your left, I think she has your copy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. The Soci, Raquel Soci. And then Orlando Escalante, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Hi, my name is Raquel Soci, 6480.
All right, thank you. You're here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony. Back on March 31st, there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. It alleges that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in 1 week, which is April 15th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. I am just affirming what the probation judge gave you. If you post it, comply with all of your conditions. Call your PO within 72 hours. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, no driving without a valid license. Everything's on your paperwork.
Ma'am, I tried to call, get in contact with my probation officer, but she's never in the office, so that's why I didn't check in.
Well, ma'am, your credibility is super low with me, this being your 4th petition to revoke. So I'm affirming what the probation judge gave you. You can go take that up. I should try to avoid a prison sentence.
I'd like to ask for OR because I
absolutely decline. I will not do it. Your record on probation is abysmal. The probation notes indicate that you have not been in contact with them for far too long. It is your 4th petition to revoke. The odds of you being revoked to prison are very, very high.
I did contact her.
Please step to your left, take your paperwork. You'll get a trial on that in front of the probation judge. Mr. Escalante? And then Julio Pagan, will you go to the chair?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Orlando Escalante, 4795.
All right, thank you. You're here in one new case and a probation bench warrant. In the new case, you were arrested for possessing narcotic and dangerous drugs. Those are Class 4 felonies. Also, drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for both of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date in this new case is the 14th of April, 8:30 in the morning. That's this coming Monday, with a preliminary hearing April 17th at 8:30. You're also here on a warrant from probation because you failed to appear at a non-witness violation hearing on March 25th, and a warrant was issued for your arrest. You already have a lawyer in that case. We are rescheduling your non-witness violation hearing together with a possible disposition hearing for 1 week from today, which is April 15th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. I am affirming the probation judge's bond. It is $750 secured. In your new case, you have a placeholder bond, which is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That makes your total bond $800 across both cases. If you bond out, comply with all your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. This lady has your paperwork. Good luck. All right, Mr. Pagan, and then Joshua Hamig, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Julio Pagan Jr., 72887.
All right, thank you. You are here on a bench warrant. That means a failure to appear warrant in a case in which you are on probation for a felony. This issued February 25th of this year after you failed to appear at a revocation arraignment hearing. We're going to reschedule that hearing for April 15th, 1 week from today, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court, together with a possible disposition hearing. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, and call your PO within 72 hours. She has your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamig? And then James Becerra, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Joshua Hamig, 9/17/87.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case and for probation
You don't want to do that?
warrant. in your new case. You were arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your 2 court dates I'm setting for this case are a status conference on Monday, April 14th at 8:30 in the morning, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 17th at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. You're on probation for 4 felonies, and there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in all 4 cases on February 28th of this year. And those petitions allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of those from your lawyer. I'm appointing a lawyer for you in all 4 of those cases as well. Are you having any trouble hearing?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have my answer, because I can wait for that to be over if you want me to wait. Can you hear?
Yes.
All right. Your court date is April 15th at 8:30 in the downtown probation court. Given that they are all drug possession cases, I'm not going to raise your bond because of the new arrest. I'm just going to impose what the probation judge ordered, which is $500 per case for $2,000 total. You also have a $50 placeholder bond in the new case to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That's $2,050 total with written conditions. If you bond out, comply with all of them, and call your lawyer within 72 hours. She has your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Becerra? And then Dalton Stone, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
J. Becerra, 1999.
May 26th?
Yes.
I think you're here on a new case. You were arrested for criminal damage, a class 6 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is the status conference, April 14th, which is this Monday, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 17th at 8:30 in the same court. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, and do not miss your court dates. Do not go to the scene of the alleged crime, and no contact with the alleged victims or witnesses. This lady has your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Stone? Then Ethan McCloskey, will you go to the chair, please?
I
need Mr. Stone, Dalton Stone. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Dalton Stone, 09/28/1999.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. It's a class 5 felony, criminal damage, a class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference, April 23rd, which is in about 2 weeks, 30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 25th at 8:30 in the same court. The state did recommend a bond for you. You do not appear to have much, if any, prior criminal history. So I'm not making you post a bond, but you will go on pretrial services with drug and alcohol testing and an ankle monitor to ensure that you do not return to nor reside at the scene of the alleged crimes. You can have a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings. Otherwise, no contact with those alleged victims, nor, of course, the law enforcement victim. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. They're going to give you a copy. You have to be fitted to the ankle monitor before you can leave. You should be out by the end of the day. You step to your left, I'll give you that paper. Thank you. Mr. McCloskey? And then Jack Vasquez, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ethan Patrick McCloskey, October 28th, 1994.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for possession of narcotic drugs. Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Sorry, I just noticed something. See if I can... I gotta reprint this one. I did have a no PC on one of the charges. I just failed to click a box. All right. You were arrested on multiple charges. I found probable cause for all but one. And the ones I did find probable cause for were leaving the scene of an accident involving physical injury and failure to stay at an accident without... it's just the way they are abbreviated. It's 2 subsections of the same statute, which basically means leaving the scene of an accident where somebody was hurt. That is a class 5 felony. 2 allegations of endangerment, which the court finds probable cause for as class 6 felonies. Drug paraphernalia possession, a class, you know what, I gotta check that one too, don't reprint it yet. Sorry. Okay, let's start from the top. Failure to stay in an accident and leaving that scene each a Class 5 felony. 2 allegations of endangerment, each a Class 6 felony. Criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor, and reckless driving, a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those. For purposes of this hearing only, I did not find probable cause in the allegation of possession of narcotic drugs and drug paraphernalia because, number one, they did not provide a basis on which they identified the alleged drug paraphernalia. Sorry, I'm doing too many things at once. Hold on a second. Why isn't this working? Hold on a second. I'm just trying to click the second one. Just give me 1 second. Save. Okay, that's it. All right. They didn't provide a basis as to how they identified the alleged Xanax. Further, Xanax is not a narcotic drug under Arizona law. It's a dangerous drug, so they would have booked you under the wrong statute for that as well. None of that means you can't be prosecuted for it. It means I'm not setting release conditions for it. These allegations are still pending against you, and the state will decide what you might ultimately be charged with. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because you do not financially qualify. If you hire a lawyer, which I definitely recommend when somebody is facing a felony or multiple felonies, the lawyer can explain to you the difference between today's probable cause finding and your formal probable cause finding. This is not your formal probable cause finding. So, in any event, there is probable cause for everything but the alleged Xanax and the container that it was in. So, your status conference will be April the 23rd, 2 weeks from now at 8:30 in the morning. Preliminary hearing April 25th at 8:30. Same court. That address is on your paperwork. You qualify for release to pretrial services. You will have to drug test. That will be explained to you. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. No drugs without a valid prescription. No alcohol at all while the case is pending. Everything else is on your paperwork. And if you step to your left, they're going to give you a copy of that. Thank you. Mr. Vasquez? Siobhan Opiella, will you please go to the chair? Siobhan Opiella. Let's see, anybody moving back there, officer? Hi, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
My name is Jack Vasquez, Your Honor. Birth date is September 19, 1998.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You're arrested for aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol while your license was suspended or revoked for that. That's a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference 2 weeks from tomorrow, April 23rd at 8:30 in the morning in the Downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 25th at 8:30. You will also be released to pretrial services. You will have to alcohol test. You have a prior for this offense, and there is a strong weight of evidence that if your blood was at 0.371, that is almost definitive evidence that you're an alcoholic. That being said, I prohibit you from drinking. You will test to prove it. You may not drive. You don't have the legal right. You didn't have it yesterday. You don't have it today. I put it twice in your orders in case you're confused. You may never drive while this case is pending until you get a further order of a court. And I'm emphasizing that because I do this case for people who kill other people with their cars. I do this very kind of hearing way too often. Absolutely no alcohol, test to prove it, absolutely no driving. Otherwise, you are released because it's your first felony allegation. You haven't been convicted of one. So, Mr. Vasquez, let me make very clear what the penalty is for this. If you lose at trial, because I always tell people this when I release them, because I hope that it keeps you from killing anyone while you're out of custody. If you are a long way from being convicted, you are presumed innocent. But if you are convicted of this crime, you will do no less than 4 months in the state penitentiary followed by probation. That is the mandatory minimum. You cannot get probation until you've done 4 months in an orange jumpsuit at the Lewis Men's Prison or wherever it is that they send you. Real prison, not the jail.
Okay, and that's it.
That is the mandatory minimum.
Okay.
So I hope that frightens you into complying. Do not drive.
Definitely
Do
not
drink.
Definitely.
If you are accused of this while the case is pending, you will be held no bond at this initial hearing. And, as your lawyer will explain, the county will start their plea offer to you at 2.5 years in prison. Don't commit this while the case is pending.
Definitely.
Everything else is on your paperwork, Mr. Vasquez, and if you think it's a victimless crime and people don't get hurt, well, you don't work here. So, comply with your conditions. Do not miss your court dates, but you are released to pretrial services with alcohol monitoring. Step to your left, take your paperwork.
All right, I have a question, if that's okay. Because I do kind of have like some issues. I take antidepressants.
Okay.
No, but I'm not using that.
You're allowed.
No.
You're allowed to keep doing that.
Oh no, I know. What I'm trying to get to is is there other things I could do to improve it? Like, is there like therapy or behavioral something?
Treatment things? Potentially some of that is available if you are on probation through this county. They have programs and services depending on what you qualify for, but you are not on probation. You're not even convicted yet. So there's nothing the court has to offer you right now. If you end up on probation, as I said, after you do 120 days in the state penitentiary, then you would come out on probation, and those kinds of services could be offered. In addition, my understanding is the Department of Corrections offers a number of services. I don't know what they are. Your lawyer will have a lot more information than that on that than I do. But right now, unfortunately, no. We don't have anything we can offer people pre-trial.
Okay, and then just to be clear, that's if I'm convicted.
If you're convicted, you are a long way from being convicted. I try to tell people what they're risking if they screw up while the case is pending. You are already facing a very bad problem. You have a bad problem, sir. You need to show up and talk to your lawyer and defend your case.
I will.
And if you don't do that, and or if you pick up a new charge, you just took a bad problem and turned it into life-changing.
I understand.
So comply with your conditions. The whole point of this is because people who repetitively commit this type of offense absolutely go out and murder other people with their cars. So that it is a community safety issue. Don't drive. Whatever you do not drive.
I will not.
End of story. You don't have the right. Also, I took it away. Even if you go get your license restored tomorrow, you're violating release conditions if you do it in this case, unless your trial judge orders different. Your trial judge could let you. Until then, you're prohibited. All right.
I understand. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Opiela, and then Jose Ordonez Uribe. We go to the chair. I need Opiela. Okay, and after that will be Mr. Ordonez.
At the podium.
Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please? What's your name? You're going to have to, well, are you having trouble speaking? Okay, let me ask you, and then you can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Is your name Siobhan Opiela? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is that your name? What? Is your name Siobhan Opiela? This means yes. This means no. Is your name Siobhan Opiela? Okay. Ma'am, are you having trouble understanding me? Okay. All righty. Let me look at her history. It looks like we've had this issue all morning with her. All right, Ms. Opiela, are you able to write? Can you write? If you're not going to respond, ma'am, I'm going to have to come see you back in the cell block. All right. So, all right, we're going to have you taken out. I'll see you back in the cell block as a house call later. I'll see if I can figure out what your issue is. I don't know if this is a mental health issue or a hearing issue or what, but it is impossible for me to tell. It absolutely seemed that you understood me, and now you are declining to speak. So I'm going to try to get some more information about you before I make a decision in your cases. If you step to your left, let's move her to house call, please. Thank you. All right, Mr. Ordonez. And then Zoe Shackleton, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Full name is Jose Antonio Ordonez Uribe. Date of birth, January 2nd, 1994. All
right, thank you. You were arrested for criminal damage, a Class 6 felony, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those, and I am not appointing a lawyer for you because you do not financially qualify. You have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourself. Your status conference in this case will be 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is April 23rd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 25th at 8:30 in the same court. You qualify for release to pretrial services, and the nature of these allegations is not such that the court has a reason to think that you won't comply with these orders. I'm not showing any prior arrests, and what you're alleged to have done is less than what we tend to see in this court. If it meets the elements, there is probable cause. So you go to pretrial services. Also, you may not go to nor reside at the scene of the alleged crime. You can do a civil standby to collect belongings, but then you have to find an alternative residence and provide proof to pretrial services within 24 hours. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Even if the alleged victim contacts you first, you may not respond. I'm not currently planning to make you wear an ankle monitor to prove compliance, unless you want to talk me into putting you on an ankle monitor. Was there something you wanted to say?
Could you repeat the last part about the ankle monitor?
Oh, I'm not doing that. You just have this look like you wanted to argue with me about my orders, because right now I'm going to let you basically promise to comply, not give you an ankle monitor, because you don't have any prior criminal history. What you're accused of doing on the scale of things is on the lower end. So I'm willing to let you prove whether you will or won't comply, but you had to look like you didn't like my orders about not going back there and not living there. You cannot live there or have contact with her while the case is pending. Do you understand that?
Understood.
Okay. It may be unpleasant and inconvenient, but right now the court is willing to trust that you will comply. If you fail to comply, you can be arrested for violating these orders. And if whatever you're accused of doing constitutes one act of harassment, in violation of this order, that's a felony. I put the statute in your paperwork. Be sure to look it up when you get out. One text that says, I love you. If a judge finds that that was harassment, you could be held no bond in this case. So don't violate your release condition. Everything's on your paperwork. Don't lose the envelope. You call into pretrial services after you get out. It still takes hours to be released. So try to be patient, but you will be out later today. Just comply with those orders. Come to all your court dates, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
If you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Ms. Shepardson? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yeah, my name is Zoe Shepardson. Date of birth is March 24th, 1993.
All right, thanks. You're here on an arrest warrant, which means you've been charged now formally in an older case. So the charges are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, 1 count of narcotic drug possession. The alleged offense date is almost exactly a year ago, April 15th, 2024. Looks like this comes out of the Department of Public Safety. So you'll get a copy of those charges and police reports from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference, April 23rd, which is 1 week from tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. Preliminary hearing, April 25th at 8:30. And you qualify for release to pretrial services. This is not a new arrest, and it looks like the court tried to send you a summons, but it came back undelivered. So we don't hold that against you, and it's not a brand new case. So we give you a chance, fair and square, to come to court on your own. If you don't, there's going to be a warrant, and you're going to get a bond the next time we see you. So just report into pretrial. You'll get an envelope. It's got a bus pass in it. Just do that when you get out. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Okay?
I'm sorry, when it says report to pretrial,
You just call it. There's an envelope. It gives you instructions. After you get out, then you start calling them. They'll tell you how they want you to report. It may be calling in. It may be coming in physically. It's up to them. They have their little assessment tool.
would I be wearing an ankle monitor as well for that?
No, because this is not new, and you haven't missed any court dates. And in fact, apparently, to begin with, the state asked for a summons for you. You just didn't get it.
Okay.
So we don't hold that against people. This is just the unpleasant way to find out. So don't miss your court date. Be sure when you get downtown to update your address. We can't do it here because our system doesn't talk to downtown system anymore.
Okay.
So when you get downtown, make sure they have your current address so this doesn't happen again. If you step to your left, you give you your paperwork. Thanks. Mr. Franco. Alexander Franco. After that, Mr. Hunt Smith. Will you go to the chair? Mr. Hunt Smith?
Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Alexander Franco, and 11/30/1982.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Franco, hold on, I need to check my email for your case. Because I know you were supposed to be in a different court this morning. But I wanted to see what they said. Hold on. They haven't said anything, so I'm going to go with my plan. All right, so, all right, you are here on a warrant for failing to appear at a status conference in a case in which you've been charged with possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. This was issued February 19th of 2025. You already have a lawyer. I'm going to give you a court date of April 14th, which is a week from Monday. No, this Monday, April 14th, 6 days from now, 8:30 in the morning. And I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Here's why. I saw that there was a motion to quash on the books. It was the second one. I'm going to assume you were going to go. Also, you don't have a substantial criminal history, and you were in a diversion program, which means you really don't have much history. And you see, you got something out of Nevada, but they're all misdemeanors, it looks like. Anyway, they are very likely to offer you diversion again. Oh, that's up to the county attorney. It's not up to me. So there's no promises. But in those kinds of cases, I don't want to hold you on a bond if you're just going to get offered diversion again. You would be very foolish to miss this court hearing a second time. If you do it, we're absolutely sticking you with a bond. So hopefully this is enough to get you to the court next Monday. Again, if you do not go, one more failure to appear and your risk assessment score turns red. Red means we should probably affirm your bond. I don't think anybody down here is going to give you another chance. So just go. I have already emailed them to try to stop whatever warrant they issued this morning. Hopefully that is going to make its way around so that, because I'm sure earlier this morning somebody said, okay, let's issue a warrant. But they can pull that back before the end of the day. They know about it, and I had emailed them and said, we all know you're the kind of person who ought to be coming to court because most likely they're going to give you diversion again. They usually give you 2 tries, which is entirely up to the county attorney, not to us. But anyway, nobody complained about it. They sent it around they mentioned it, and so they didn't confirm for sure that they quashed the warrant, but
just double check.
I would, and just don't miss that court date, okay? No. Don't miss it. Everything's on your paperwork. You should be out in a few hours if you step to your left. Okay,
thank you.
All right, Mr. Hunt Smith, and then Frederick Narlock Berg, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Joshua Shalom Travell Hunt Smith, and 10/06.
10th of 2005?
10/6 of 2005.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for assault and criminal damage as misdemeanors. There is probable cause for those. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you, though, because in misdemeanor cases, assault cases, we don't appoint lawyers unless there is a domestic relationship, and there does not appear to be one in this case. So I'm not appointing a lawyer for you. You have the right to represent yourself in the Guadalupe court, or, well, actually you end up going to Tempe. I'll explain that in a second. Or you can hire a lawyer at your own expense, but I'm not appointing one. Let me double check. Yeah, you end up going just... And this is the Tempe court, right? It says you go to Guadalupe City Court, but it's the Tempe address. Okay, I haven't had one of these in so long. Guadalupe lost funding for its court, and the town entered into a contract with Tempe. So it's going to say Guadalupe City Court. I just try to warn people. I don't see very many of these. But the address is the Tempe City Court. That is the correct address, because you're going to see a Tempe judge. They've done an intergovernmental agreement because Guadalupe doesn't have its own court right now. So I try to just get in front of any confusion, because I'm sure people get downtown and they say, it says Tempe City Court. That is where you're supposed to go, okay? That's going to be April 28th at 8:30. Tell me you understand that. Mr. Hunt? Great.
My bad, I stare off sometimes because I have epilepsy.
Were you having a seizure? Did you understand what I told you? Do you want me to tell you again?
Yeah, can you tell me again?
You bet. Okay. So, Mr. Hunt Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you on heavy medication? Because...
I don't have my med right now.
Okay. I'm trying to tell you when I release you, because I'm planning to release you, you need to go to the address on your paperwork. It's going to say Guadalupe City Court, but the building you go to is going to say Tempe City Court, because Guadalupe doesn't have its own court anymore. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
It's a little strange, so I try to warn people.
Is there paperwork?
There is. There will be paperwork. Don't lose it. So I know you're on probation. In this case, I am willing to release you, but I don't want you to go back where this person lives. Will you stay away from this alleged victim?
Yeah.
All right. I think it was a friend of yours, but you don't live there, right? Stay away from him. Call your probation officer within 72 hours of hitting the street, okay? When you get out today, you have 3 days to call your probation officer, okay? All right. Everything's on your paperwork. Don't have any contact with him. Don't miss your court dates, okay? You got it? You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Go ahead and step to your left. Take your paperwork. All right, Mr. Narlock Berg, will you go to the chair? Yes, right there at the podium. Hi, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Frederick Narlock-Berg, April 21st, 1986.
Okay, thanks. You're here on an arrest warrant for an older case. You've now been formally charged with possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And the alleged offense date is October 14th of last year. Looks like this comes out of the Department of Public Safety. You'll get a copy of the charges and police reports from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be April 23rd at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing April 25th. And that is about 2 weeks from now. Based on your criminal history and the fact that this started as a summons, I'm going to follow the recommendation to release you on your own recognizance. This is not a new case. You haven't missed any court dates. The circumstances of your arrest suggest you may have a hard time coming to court. You do have a reasonable arrest history, but this is a felony. This is Arizona. If you don't show up, we're going to give you a bond next time and you'll be stuck in jail waiting for your court date. You have 2 weeks to figure out how you're getting there. Even if you don't have a regular place to stay, 2 weeks is enough time to figure out how you're getting to court. So do it, because saying I'm on the street, I can't get to court, has never been a valid excuse. You'll get a bond, okay?
That's right.
Everything's on your paperwork. Just comply with it. Don't miss court, okay?
Thank you.
Got it for you right there. Good luck. All right, so I've got my house calls to do, and then I'm going to do those last two. Yeah, perfect, thank you.
Well, we still have balance.
Which one?
There's balance. He's a page too.
Oh, yeah, oh, yes we do. I'm sorry, he was hiding down there. Okay, hold on. Mr. Escalante?
All
right, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Roberto Carlos Escalante, 5/28/2001.
Okay, thanks. You are here on a probation warrant. Looks like you're on probation for a Class 6 felony, and there was a petition to revoke your probation filed back on March 17th. You'll get a copy of the petition from your lawyer. It alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date in the downtown probation court is 1 week from today, which is April 15th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court. I'm affirming the probation judge's bond in your case, which is $500 secured with written conditions. If you do bond out, call your PO within 72 hours. She's got your paperwork for you if you step to your left.
I'm sorry.
Question?
I've been here since the 31st. I thought I had court on the 6th for my probation.
Do you have more than one probation case?
No, I have one probation. They told me I had court on the 6th, and they never woke me up for court. I've been here since the 31st. I'm just wondering what happened with that.
Probation, revocation, arraignment, continued reason, defense motion. Your lawyer filed a motion to continue. It looks like it was actually today, April 8th, but according to this, your lawyer filed a motion to continue. So they must have had a schedule conflict. And now, they're going to sort this out when you get there, but you've got a revocation arraignment hearing on the 18th. Yeah, because they filed the petition. We'll look back at your hearings. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. They filed the petition, and then let me see if I can see it. Your lawyer, it just says defense motion from April 8th to April 18th. So I'm giving you a court date in front of your current one. Your current one turned into April 18th. Right now, the copy of their motion is not on the system where I can see it, so I don't know what they said. But that's what happened in this case, is your lawyer filed a motion to continue you had a hearing date today, not the 6th, today's the 8th.
Yeah, I thought I had
continued out to the 18th. And in the meantime, you've never been seen on this warrant. And so I saw you today, and you got a court date on the, what did I just say, the 15th.
So what was the 31st wasn't for this probation?
I didn't see anything on the 31st. No, not in this case.
That's the day I got booked, and I came in here.
You're saying you've been held on this since the 31st?
Yeah.
I will look, but it's showing up. Hold on.
Thank you.
I didn't see any minute entries in there as well. Search, your name is Escalante. This is Roberto, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do, let's go back to the beginning of the year to now. We should pull up everything that's hit our calendar. On April 1st, which is a week ago, what's my case number right now? Whoops. Alrighty, so you are, where are you? Okay. This is the one 666. Okay. So on April 1st, you're here on 2 matters, both of which, you're on probation in 3 cases, sir. I don't know what you thought. You're on probation in 3 different cases. So on April 1st, they saw you in 2 of the cases. I'm looking at the case numbers. It's not mine.
Okay.
It's one ending in 757 and one ending in 874. Mine ends in 666. So you had a 3rd case. Sometimes this happens and the paperwork gets separated. I don't know why.
Okay.
But you just, apparently somebody woke up and went, oh, geez, that guy's never seen a judge for his 3rd case. So you're on probation in 3 different cases. So this is sort of a catch-up. And so let me see when your court date is for those. Because the good part for you, hold on a second. When is it? Oh, no, it's bad. Hopefully you'll be on tomorrow's transport list. It's the other ones were set for today, but they brought you here instead of probation court, which is crummy. But they're not going to put out a warrant for you in probation court because the sheriffs know that they have you. They'll tell probation court not available for transport. Hopefully you will roll over to tomorrow's calendar. I haven't been over in PV court, but usually what happens is they just roll you guys over if you got pulled for a different court. That's been the standard procedure. So with luck, you're going to be pulled for probation court tomorrow, and they can do all of your cases at once, including this one from today.
Okay.
They have general power over all of your probation cases. So even though I have to give you court date on the 15th, the next time you go, they can take care of everything, and hopefully that's tomorrow. Keep your fingers crossed. All right. It's just bad timing, and sorry about that. That is crummy timing.
All right.
But hopefully it resolved tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, sir. Okay, now, and I was behind, so I didn't do those other house calls, but I think we're probably ready for Ms. Medina. Once that door, all right, go ahead and come in, ma'am. Okay, yeah, right here, podium, please. All right, may I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Elizabeth Medina.
What's your date of birth?
January 20, 1969.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case?
Yes,
You are accused of 4 allegations of intentional child abuse. Those are class 4 felonies, and there is probable cause for all of them. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is the status conference, April 14th, which is this Monday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 17th at 8:30 in the same court. And in this case, the court believes that the state's recommendation is appropriate, that is $5,000 secured, and the court is going to impose ankle monitoring if you post that. The purpose of that is to keep you away from the alleged victims. You're ordered not to have any contact with any of those children, and do you have any children of your own who are under the age of 18?
No, ma'am.
All right, then you may not have any contact with anyone under the age of 18.
Mm-hmm.
No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. So even children who are not currently alleged as victims, you may not have contact with them. Everything is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, the officer is going to give you a copy.
Thank you.
And then officer, you can let me know when we're ready for Mr. Lopez.
From state?
Yeah, $5,000. You can call them. I'm going to take her out.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. The other one's done as well. All right, sir, may I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yes, Martin H. Lopez, 6/12/63.
All right, thank you. And because you weren't in here when the recording played earlier, were you? You were not in here?
No.
Okay. I need to advise you of two important rights that you have. One is the right to remain silent about what you've been accused of, and the other is the right to the assistance of a lawyer. I am not appointing a lawyer for you, though, because you do not financially qualify. You have a right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourself. All right, you have been booked in on 3 allegations of sexual exploitation of a minor. Each of those is a Class 2 felony, and there is probable cause for it. Your status conference in this case is going to be April 14th, which is this Monday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing April 17th at 8:30 in the same court. Based on what has been alleged against you and the state's recommendation, although the state recommended $350,000 cash, the court is not ordering that. I am ordering $250,000 cash. The reasons are set forth in my order, but among them are that on this type of charge with the mandatory consecutive sentencing that is possible, people develop a very strong risk of flight to avoid prosecution and a possible effective life sentence. Also, the allegations in your case very particularly tend to indicate that you are dangerous to children in the community and you pose a very real danger of hands-on offenses in the community. And the court has factored all of those in setting bail in your case. So the bail is $250,000. It is cash only. If you post it, you must by law be on an ankle monitor because you are accused of sexually motivated offenses against children. You may not have any contact with anyone under the age of 18. I am assuming you do not have any children of your own who are under 18. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, then absolutely no contact with any children, no exceptions. You may not access the internet except when required for work or court purposes only. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you know any of the alleged victims in this case, you may not have any contact with them. Everything I've just told you will be on your paperwork, and the officer's going to have your copy for you in a moment. Just take that with you. You can step out to your left. Thank you. All right, so I've got 3 house calls. Officer, real quick, Mr. Raish and Mr. Clark, are they not physically present in court because they have been isolated as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others?
He was going to say so.
Mr. Raish or Mr. Clark?
And Clark, he was a combative.
Okay, all right, thank you. So Mr. Raish is going to say so, Mr. Clark is combative. Siobhan Opiella was present in court earlier and was moving around, but appeared to otherwise be semi-catatonic and or not willing to respond. She did initially appear to respond to her name on the record by mouthing her name, and then acted as though she could not hear me or understand anything that was going on. The court is very concerned that indicates she is not able to or likely to comply with conditions of bail or release. So I'm going to see each of those defendants in-house in person immediately after this recording to conduct those initial appearances. I'm going to advise Ms. Opiella, 48693, that she's here on a new case and an arrest warrant for an older case. In the new case, she got booked in for disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for it because it is a domestic violence case. Her arraignment hearing will be April 22nd, 8:30 in the morning in the in the West Mesa Justice Court. And her bond in this case, I am inclined to give her bond because I don't think she's going to comply with pretrial services, and I fear that she may be a danger to the alleged victim. And so my inclination is to set a $250 secured appearance bond for Ms. Opiella and give her a court date of April 11th at 8:30, which is just 3 days from now. Then in the other case, it's an arrest warrant on an older case, which is criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, a class 6 felony, and that's alleged to have occurred on September 16th of last year. Does not appear to be a DV offense. So I am going to appoint a lawyer for her and set a $500 secured appearance bond in that case. She's going to move up her court date to April 14th, and I need to make a note in here. All right, so my inclination is 500 secured in the felony case and 250, if I did it right, 250 secured in the new domestic violence misdemeanor case. All right. Mr. Mashoud Raish, born 10-3-84. It's right. He's here on a probation violation warrant. His class 4 felony probation case. I'm appointing a lawyer for him. I'll let him know that the petition will be available through his lawyer and that it alleges he violated terms 3, 5, and 15. The next court date is April 15th at 8:30 in the morning for a revocation arraignment, possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court, and I'm planning to affirm the bond of $750 secured that was set by the probation court. Tell Cody Clark, born 9/16/87, concerned a new case. He got booked in for threatening and intimidating, class 1 misdemeanor, and obstruction of justice by the refusal to provide a true name as a class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those. I'm appointing a lawyer for him just for purposes of the bond issue only. And his arraignment hearing is going to be scheduled in the El Centro Justice Court for April 11 at 8:30 in the morning. Bond I'm inclined to give him on these facts is $250 secured. Conditions that include no going to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with the alleged victim. If anything changes after I conduct these initial appearances in-house with each of these defendants, I will come and update my written order only. It's not the court's current intent to update the recording, but my final decision will be reflected in my formal written order. And with that, the court will stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.